Generic greetings and welcome to Beverage plus Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 2 Retribution. That's a really long title, and technically we have to tack on the last stand at the end of that because that's what I'm going to be playing in this video. Today's beverage is coffee black, no sugar and hot. Ow. Do not slurp red hot coffee. So, Dawn of War 2. This is a franchise that I highly covet. I recommend it highly. I have played, I think, about 400 hours in total combined through Dawn of War. No, just the Dawn of War 2 franchise. I've probably played over 400 hours. Let's work it out. 156 hours on Dawn of War 2, 184 hours on Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising, and 99 hours or so on Dawn of War 2 Retribution. So yes, over 400 hours on just the Dawn of War 2 franchise or series alone. The Dawn of War franchise in general, so including the first 4 games, so Dawn of War, Winter Assault, Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, and then Soulstorm, probably about the same, maybe a little bit less, I guess, of those games. I'd probably say maybe 300 hours on them, so a lot of hours. And strangely, I've only featured this a couple of times on the channel. I don't know why, I haven't featured a lot on the channel. I'm going to be playing a bit of The Last Stand, which is a bit of a wave assault, but I want to just, I know the last video I did of this, which was a while ago, someone asked me about the game, and they said, oh, well, is the campaign similar to Last Stand? No, it's not. In fact, Dawn of War 2 is 3 games, right? The campaign, it is co-op, by the way, which is why I've played so many hours of it, because me and a friend have basically exhausted the entire thing. The campaign, it's saying I haven't done the tutorial, which I know I have. The campaign, you pick either between Chaos, Tyrannid, Eldar, Orc, Space Marine, and Imperial Guard, okay? And you get 4 heroes from those, that faction. So, for example, just off memory, because I haven't played this in about a year, about at least a year and a half, I believe. That's the last time I played the campaign. I think the Space Marine, you get a commander like that, Space Marine like commander. You get a Tech Marine. You get I'm going to say a Tactical Marine, and you get not an Apothecary. You get do you get Cyrus? Do you get the? I think you get the Scout. I can't really remember, if I'm honest with you, but you get 4 heroes. You can actually swap them heroes out for units as well if you want, and you level those heroes up. And like, say if you're playing a co-op, you can take 2, your friend can take 2, and you level them heroes up. You give them war gear, you upgrade units, and generally you don't build a lot while you're on doing the missions. And the way it works is it's about a 16 to 18 story mission, I believe. It might be a little bit more, and it roughly follows the same path. The actual journey is different, but the destination and reasons for you going to that location and doing what you're doing are different, but as I said, the destination is pretty much the same, right? So when you play it once, you understand, oh, that's pretty cool. You play it twice and you go, oh yeah, different. And when you play it the third time, because to completion, I've played the Eldar campaign, the Space Marine campaign, the Imperial Guard campaign, and I've done half of the Orc and a bit of the Chaos. I tried a bit of the Tyrannid and didn't like it because of the way that it works with units. Basically, you get 1 hero and just a boatload of units. I wasn't a fan of that. I do like the hero leveling up stuff and war gear changing. Once you've played it so much, you realise that it's a time-saving thing, that, it would be impractical for them to make 6 campaigns, so they basically made 1 campaign and then tailored it, the story and a couple of missions based on the faction you're playing. So that's one way to play it. Another way to play is multiplayer. And that is, again, another game entirely. You don't really get heroes, or you do, but you get them within units and you level them up. You don't really level them up per se. You just have 1 or 2 pieces of war gear, and you buy loads of units and you build a base. It's more like Dawn of War 1 than anything else. And then you've got The Last Stand, which is a really good mod that I really like. The way it works is it's basically a wave game. You and up to 2 other people. It can be co-op if you want to, or just randomly selecting people. So matchmaking in this case, like I'm going to do. You pick either the Bloody Colosseum or the Anvil of Khorne. You start, and then you get waves and waves of things coming at you, and then you kill them, and that's generally the objective, and it's really fun. And I haven't played it in about, in fact, the last time I played this is probably when I last featured it on the channel. Actually, yeah, probably about right. The heroes you can select, you've got the Farseer, the Mech Boy, the Captain Hive Tyrant, the Chaos Sorcerer, Lord General, and the Shazor Commander, which is Tau, which isn't in the campaign or the multiplayer, but it's just one of the Last Stand things, which is pretty cool. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go for the build that I've currently got, which is a Command Issue Plasma Rifle, so that's a lot of damage, hard hitting, because it's got armor piercing. But also I've got the network weapon interface, which allows me to have another weapon on either side. So basically I've got dual plasma cannons. I've got the Crisis Battle Suit, which gives me unshakable, fearless, and improved targeting. So everybody around me, their range damage increased by 15. Good. I've got a hard-hitting anti-armor missile barrage. It's not just anti-armor, it's anti-anything, really, to be honest with you. We've got a ion battery, and then we've got a bit of a weird build because I'm going for a Skyray build. Skyray? Skyray build, yes, which is you have a marker light, so you can marker light a target, which gives you a really big bonus to shooting at it. That's the marker light, and also got a drone controller of a marker light, so that will be marker drone. It will periodically marker light targets around. So as you're shooting all of these things, basically the range damage this kicks out and supports with the other units is very good. It's more of a support build than anything else. But at any point, I can press a Skyray barrage button, and everything that's got a lock gets a massive barrage of death on it. So that's interesting and generally works quite well. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's more of a support build. The thing I like, oh, that's pretty good. So here's myself with a support build. Looks like this guy's gone for a advanced drone controller. That's very hard to get that. Looks like they've gone for a mark light build and a stimulant injector. They've gone for a run around and blast stuff build, interesting. And this guy's gone for a standard assault build. That's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. So he's going to run around, chop things, shoot things, and generally cause a lot of issues. So hopefully this is a good setup. So that guy's also at level 3. You can see there's 3 pips there. What he's done is he's played it to level 20, reset his character to 1, gone up to 20, reset it to 1, gone up to 20, reset it to 1, and then gone back up to 20. So that is a huge grind. I only personally know one friend that's done that, and that was on the first game, and they just did it once on one of the Space Marines. I know a couple of friends have done it on the they've done it once or twice on a couple of characters, but basically we end up just going, you know what, it's not worth it. The reason you would do that is mainly because if you want to play, then fair enough, it's good. Otherwise, if you don't want to grind, then I don't really see the point in myself. The other bonus you get, if you want to really class it as a bonus, is that you can actually you get this little bit of an item, little piece of war game. I'm just going to land on them there because why not? And there's the melee marine coming in as well. You get a little bit of a piece of war gear, and what that allows you to do is equip it, and you get a bonus to your experience and to your multiplier on the top left. As you can see on the top left, I'm just going to run away because I'm getting shot to hell. There we go. On the top left, we've got this multiplier. There you go, total multiplier value and points. And once you die, once everybody's died, or you get to the end, you get like a little score, and then that's pretty much it. But obviously, the score is based on multipliers, and if you don't die, and things like that. So it's one of those things you really want to keep high as possible. So if you want to sort of farm points, you know, if you really want to get a lot of points and actually be high on the scoreboard, then sort of. Technically, that's what you would need to do, but in reality, the people that are highest on the scoreboard are just the ones that have abused the system and managed to get themselves stuck in a piece of terrain or something like that. So it doesn't really work out as advertised. Either way, at the moment, I'm doing quite well. Let's just blast that thing there. There's an Eldar Wraith Guard, and we're going to come down to this one. The way this build works is you place marker light drones, and they mark light things up. As you can see, that guy's jumping into stuff and then blatting them away. That's a really hard-hitting, powerful build. It's a very balanced build as well. That guy is, again, quite balanced. Mine's a bit messed up in certain respects because it doesn't work all the time, but it's fun to play. The thing I like is that the Last Stand gives you options, right? Yes, there are builds that are slightly more powerful than others, and certain builds that are generally better for certain situations, the ones that you'll encounter the most. But honestly, there's no, and there are, I guess you could call them meta builds as well, but there's no like, oh, you can have 50,000 builds, but this is the best, play that one, right? There's not really that. I mean, there are, like, say, builds that are better and builds that are quite good, but because there's 2 Colosseums and it all depends on the matchup and stuff, it is more about options. So it gives you options, it doesn't give you the ability just to be better, which I really appreciate, because I don't like the whole, oh, you've got all these options, but in reality you just take this one. Don't like that, really don't like that at all. Let me place a bit of a battery there. What I want to do is back up and get a missile, anti-armor missile into this lictor. So here we go, bang, 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 that guy's almost dead, and now he is dead. Fantastic. Then I'm going to jump over here. Looks like that guy's been taken out, so I'm going to land on him and then hopefully get him back up. So I am raising him. I'm taking a lot of damage. I might not be able to get out here. We're immediately going to jump, and yeah, I managed to get him up, but I died in the process. Looks like I Did a bit of feeding there, sadly, because we've lost a bit of multiplier, but that's not a big bonus, or a big deal, rather. We're going to get out of the way, we're going to put a marker light there, we're going to get around this corner, and we're going to blat that guy in the face. Job done, and I think that's us taking this stuff out. The problem we have is that apart from that guy's area effect blast radius, we don't have any anti-swarm weapons. We've all got very hard-hitting weapons. So, for example, I've got anti-armor missiles, so, like, for example, that guy is now dead. You know, I'm going to place a battery there. The battery gives everybody around it some nice little bonuses, or a nice little bit of juice. I'm going to have to run away, though, because I'm about to get hit by a big weapon. There we go. Yeah, you know, I don't really have any big sort of swarm weapons, although that explosion you just saw there, but this vehicle, though, watch this vehicle. I'm just shooting with standard plasma guns, and it's going down. I mean, it's gone. It's gone, really. That guy's going to jump in and then do a bit of a blast. One thing I can do is missile. I can do a bit of a mark target. That's pretty good. I can also do a Skyray barrage, which does this. Bang! And then brings a massive barrage in. That is very inefficient, though, so you don't want to do that often. But it's really, really cool. That can be useful, but only when there's a lot of them targeted, because it's not based on how many target. It's just you know, you get so much. Like you know, you activate it once, it costs you 40 to do, regardless of how many people are marked. So you want to have as many marked as possible, which is why I take the marker light drone, and I want to mark that enemy over there. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is pull back and press the Skyray barrage button. No, I'm not, because these are too close. Come on, pull back, pull back, pull back. Probably going to be too late now. Let's place an ion battery there, which gives us... Oh my good grief, that's a lot of Ogrins behind us. But the good thing is we can stand here and we can take all of these out. I am going to marker light that there. Now, looks like he's going to jump in and blast them anyway. Yeah, that's the way it's working. As I said, this build is a bit more of a support build, and looks like our Space Marine guy is going to go down, which is a shame. I'm going to mark light them targets over there. Mark light gives you a bonus to shoot in, which is always good. Looks like he's going to go for the building at the top there. Is he just trying to kite it round? He is trying to kite it round. Excellent, excellent. Let's just jump over to there and land on them. Here we go. Bang. Bit of damage, bit of scatter, which is the main thing. I'm going to place a marker light drone down the bottom there. And just shoot these Ogrins. There we go. These plasma guns really do take out pretty much anything, but obviously the disadvantage is that if you're in melee, you don't get shoot, and the Tau Commander is the only character in the game that doesn't get any melee attack whatsoever. So we got a guard down here, which is why he's going to get an anti-armor missile, and now he's dead. That's a quick one, isn't it? So yeah, take all these guys out as fast as possible, because when they get into melee, it's quite bad. There we go, there's another one taken out. Fantastic. We're on wave 7 of 20. If we get to 20, it will be a miracle, because my experience is generally you get quite high, but with a pickup, it can be a little bit iffy. But either way, it's still fun to run around and blast stuff. I've always said that I really wish. I think it's a very, very underutilized game mode, this thing, to be honest with you. You know, they brought it out as a sort of freebie with a patch for, I think it was the second expansion. I believe it was a patch for it, and I don't know if it was time of launch, but I'm pretty sure they brought it out as a patch, and it was just a case of, hey, look at this mode, and it was only one map and there was only 3 characters, but I was like, wow, that's good. Was it 3 characters or was it a couple more? I can't remember, but either way, it was like, wow, 10 out of 10, mode of the year every year, this is great, thanks guys, sort of thing. But then in the expansion, they actually sold it separately as the last standalone, which I thought was a very good move, and obviously you can still play with other people as well. And then they added another map with they added another map with the Retribution expansion, and that was it. That was the last we saw of it. And they haven't really, they added the commander, the Shazo commander that I'm playing now. They added that, but that's it. That's all they did, and it's a shame because it's a great game mode. It's really fun. You could have easily expanded it to have 2 or 3 or even 4 more, whatever, just a couple more. Gonna missile this guy in the face. Apothecary, heal this, mate. Bang! Nope, you're not healing that, bud. Yeah, they could easily expand it to have a couple more Colosseums, a couple more like levels, because I can't imagine this is gonna be a massive, huge problem for a level designer to make in an afternoon. You know, I'm not a level designer, but not exactly the most detailed thing in the world, is it? And, you know, one of these, the characters, fair enough, you know, you're going to have to mess the water gear around, it's probably a bit of an effort, but it's still just a wave mode, and, you know, it's Relic, man, they've got the experience to do this. I really wish they'd, you know, do it more. They should have expanded, you know, more heroes, or even more options for heroes, so you can have, like, I always said that the thing they should have done is, you should be able to, you know, at the moment, you can pick a Space Marine captain, right, that's what that guy is playing there. I'm going to do a Skyray barrage. No, I'm not, because I haven't got the energy. Now I do, so this is going to probably bang, 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 and that's what helps us out a lot. There's a lot of them gone. Fantastic. Yeah, you know, if they did say, like, that guy there, that guy that we've been see running around hitting with an axe, that's a Space Marine, but he's only a Space Marine captain, so he doesn't have any of the weird war gear that you would get with, like, a apothecary, or with anything, or like a tech marine, or a librarian. It would be good to say you pick your faction, so you pick, right, I'm going to play Space Marine, and then you pick between, like, one of 3 characters, so you can pick, like, the captain, the tech marine, and a librarian, and then that, you know, then you've got, like, 3 characters for each faction. Just more. I just want more, please, just more of this. That would be good. Wave 10, I believe, now. Yeah, wave 10, quite good, so we're halfway there. Whether we get all the way there is, you know, to be seen and all that. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm just sitting in the middle. We're trying to stick together. That is a Dreadnought, so I'm going to press R and hotkey this and fire a big rocket at his face. There we go. Then we're going to Markerlight him. And then I'm just going to... I'm not even going to Markerlight him, to be honest with you, because we're taking him out quite easily there. And then what we're going to do is get ourselves inside the this little bit here. And then start taking these guys out. We're going to Markerlight that. And as you can see, there's a lot of mark lights around this place, so I'm going to press the death button and Skyray barrage, bam, 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 bam. There we are, cool. That's why I like Skyray barrage, because you can really get it working. If you get it working like I've just did there, like just done there, then it is good. If you don't, and I must confess, I've seen a lot of good people play it, and I'm not that good with it at all. It can be iffy. Damn, that exploded. But that guy's got a piece of equipment that. It's called a drone controller, I believe, and the way you get it is you have to kill, in wave 16 of the other map, you have to kill your doppelgangers. So wave 16, as obviously we're getting different waves, orcs and all that, things like that, is this, as you can see. But in wave 16 of the other map, you verse yourselves, you verse your doppelgangers. It's self-explanatory, right? But obviously if you have a tooled up awesome build, you're not going to be able to kill them, right? Certainly not quickly. So you have to sort of pseudo gimp your build, you know, mess it up so it's not as good as, or rather you can't just make it awesome powerhouse build or death that's just tanked up, because if you do, you're not going to kill them, right? And even if you can, the achievement you need to get is pretty much impossible, because it is kill all of your doppelgangers yourself within 5 seconds of each other. That's impossible. Well, it's not impossible because that guy's got it, you understand. But what I'm saying is that that's it. Not fast here, it's a warlock, it's a Seer Council, he's dead now. This guy's gonna get a missile in his face, come on, see you later. Bam bam, there you go. That drone control, you can see it's gonna blow up, bang, that's what it does. Yeah, the whole point is that once you've done that, once you've killed your doppelgangers, all of them yourself, within 5 seconds, you get the drone controller, and that gives you bonuses. In this particular case, if you've got a drone controller of, let me just press the marker light button to kill all of them. I can't. You're out of the way. If you have a shield drone and you press your drone controller button, it will make them explode like a big bomb, and that is really, really powerful for taking out crowds. And speaking of crowds, I'm going to go up here and watch his drone controller explode, and I'm going to land, and then this thing's going to come and try and chop my face off, which is not good. And I'm going to try and run away now, because 2 of them are doing it. Let's press J and jump over to there. Jump, 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 and we'll head over that side. Bang. Take them out. They're all coming towards me. This is bad because I don't have anything that can take out swarms close range. What I'm going to try and do is I'll place a battery there just to give that guy a little bit of energy, and I'm going to press jump and jump over here, and there we are. Oh, that's a tank. That's a tank. That's a predator. Is it an annihilator? It's an annihilator. Devastator is the one with the las cannons. I'm dead. I'm down. I'm going down. I'm going down. Jump over here. Jump, 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 jump. Run away! Come on, run away, run away, run away. Right, that guy's down. So we've got 1 Space Marine down. I'm going to fire a rocket at that guy. Yeah, I'm down. So we are basically left with him now. So he's the only one that we can really rely on. He's standing behind the tank. It's a very clever idea because the back weapons can't shoot you. He's running around, tanking it off quite well. I don't know what build he went with. What gear he's got for regen, if he's got any health regen. Hopefully he's going to kite them around like he is now and get me up. He's going to jump over. Yes, he is going to. So he's going to jump there. He's going to get me up, which will be fantastic. As soon as we do that, I'm going to place a marker light drone. Marker light, there we are. And then we're going to jump, and we're going to jump over here. There we go. And then we're both out the way. That's exactly what we need. And then I'm going to fire a rocket at that thing. There we go. And then that's taken out. That's fine. I'm going to target that. There we are. And I still need to jump. Oh, good grief. Jump, 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 jump. This is really, really tough now. So what I'm going to do... looks like all of them are down. I'm going to fire an anti-armor missile at that. I'll target it, rather, I think, first. And then I'm going to fire an anti-armor missile at it. It's too close, it's too close. Yeah, it was too close. There it goes. Oh, no, I managed to get the missile off. So there's them taken out. Right, we've got it. We've got it. That was close. That was very, very tough. What you normally do there, if you're talking over Skype, if you're with friends, you generally go, guys, don't kill anything, keep the last unit alive. I'm just going to try and hit that Hive Tyranid with the 2 big swords, because he will chop me in 2. Yeah, what you tend to do is you actually talk and you go, look, do not kill the last do not kill the last one, because if you do, you will you'll end up losing, because what you want to do is keep them alive for a bit. Keep them alive for a bit. And, regain some mana and some health. Mana? Energy. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Force, energy, juice, whatever. I'm just going to jump around here because I'm really having to just keep away from these things. Try and take out these zoanthropes, but it looks like it's not working out. Although, as they're trying to shoot me, I'm managing to get away. Keep away from everybody. It's a bit chaotic, I know, but it's working out well. These little things is what stump you up, you see. And I'm really out of energy now, because I've been jumping around. That was actually a fairly easy wave by the look of it. Yeah, fairly easy wave. Let's put a battery there so anybody can stand next to it and get some energy. There we go. That guy's just going to kite them around. Gives us enough time to just sit here and get some energy back. Let's get a mark light drone, which is pretty useless, to be honest with you. The AI on the drone is flawed. Let's just leave it at that. It does some questionable maneuvers. Just going to take out all them scouts. These scouts are easy to take out, especially when they get mark light by the drone. That's when the drone's useful. It's not so useful when it messes up. Let's just fling an anti-armor missile at this thing, which doesn't really do a lot. But with the plasma cannons and everything else, it is now down. The whole point in the game is to avoid swarm, or rather, there's 2 tactics, I guess. You can either let them swarm up and then try and blatter them all in one shot, or you can try and take them out separately, like we're trying to do, to avoid the swarm. Ow! Ow! Well then, I went from half health to dead in pretty much 1 second. So I think that might be us. At least my beverage is now... I haven't even had time to have a sip of this beverage, really. At least it's drinkable now. Because earlier it was far too hot. It was like molten lead. Right. So, that guy's coming towards us. I think he's too close. He's being very clever. He's hiding behind that. Oh, it looks like he's got a stimulant injector, which gives him some energy. He's going to jump to me and try and get me up. If he can get me up, then we'll be okay. Nah. There we go. We tried 1,369,335 points. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I've killed 327. The other guy, the other tower's killed 413. And sadly, the Space Marine only killed 86. Not bad, though. Wave 14, not bad at all. Anyway, that is a little bit of the old Dawn of War, specifically a bit of The Last Stand. As I said, it's something that I really, really like, and I don't know, the reason there's actually how many users online at the moment? 936. This is a 3-year-old game, I think. It's something like that, maybe even a little bit older, and still people play it. And there was a recent patch, actually, that I don't know if I've mentioned, but it was just about a couple of days ago at the time of recording. It was to patch up Dawn of War 1 with a new map and bring in some equipment for Dawn of War 2 that people might not have got. So that's like, you can't argue with the support, really. Either way, I really do want to feature this more on the channel. I've been threatening to do a full series on the campaign, pick one campaign and do it, but that's a long one. It really is quite a long campaign, you know, and long videos it would be as well. But maybe one day, maybe one day. Either way, there you go. Bit of Dawn of War. Fantastic series. Great games. Thank you very much for watching. Comments in the comments. And generic partings.